we're dead.
And we're dead.
Because we're not live. Anyway.
Dang.
That's
All
good.
right.
I liked it.
So
Deep.
That's going right in the.
we have
real.
died. We have arisen, and this here is the Concord Nilamananji. My name is Molly. I will be your dungeon master for this lovely pre-recorded game here on YouTube. I'm gonna go around and have our folks introduce themselves. Go ahead, hop in. Let's have some
we should
audio
have
chaos.
an order rather than having just the chaos.
No, chaos. We love chaos.
I just mutiny.
All right.
Gremlins.
All right. In alphabetical order by...
Okay.
Oh, God.
All right. My name is Adora. I use she, her pronouns, and I play Karis the dancer for now. Also she, her pronouns.
With the dancer for now. I love that class. It's my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
Grumblebee?
My name is Grumblebee. I play Elon. My razzle dazzle has just begun. My pronouns are she, her, and so are Elon's. Let's do this.
S.
Oh,
Scarlet?
S for Scarlet.
I'm Scarlet. I will be playing Oddysey, the accursed, and my pronouns are she, her, and his pronouns are he, him.
Hi, my name is Isabel. I'm playing Kendall Visalin. My pronouns are she, her, his pronouns are he, him, and he is a death cleric.
When last we caught up with our folks, they had all drawn the short straw and gone on the long patrol, riding for months on this small ship piloted by Captain Istabar. They guide them through the atoll as they wind from island to island, going from post to post, occasionally stopping for goods here and there. After about 9 months, they're starting their return trip. They've gone all the way to the frozen wastes of Tirargid in the south of the atoll. And as they're making their way north and they're starting this perilous journey between these jutting rocks, a storm strikes. And a shadowy figure descends and the ship is disintegrated. Our heroes awoke on a shore and made a quick decision to yell into a cave for help.
Solid decision.
And that's where we find our folks.
No regrets.
Stealth. It was a stealth mission.
It was stealth. I did roll stealth.
There is nothing but quietude coming from those sloshing galoshes right now.
We rolled stealth and then yelled.
Oh my gosh, the sloshing galoshes. Can we start? Can that be our band name?
Oh, that's a good.
I didn't want to spoil it, but yes, I've made a band for us all. Yeah.
That'll be.
I play the glockenspiel.
It's currently sinking. There is no talent show anymore. It's currently underwater.
I don't want to be reminded of these shoes any more than I have to. Ugh.
So so the sound of wings starts to fluttering. Oh my gosh, thank you, Elon. Fluttering wings. I'm sputtering. That's what's occurring. Of fluttering wings starts to beat down towards you. Everyone, make a wisdom save.
Oh. This isn't gonna go well.
Roll my D20.
Never mind.
Whatever D20 comes out first is the one I'm using. There we go.
What are we rolling again?
A wisdom save.
My result is
Wisdom
17.
save.
15.
Okay.
For Odyssey.
I need to add some numbers. Here we go.
Too.
Thanks,
I
Chad.
subtracted a number.
I got a 10.
All right.
Wisdom save and throw. It's gonna be
My
20. Or sorry, 21. 21.
All right. So, immediately, Elon immediately knows exactly what's coming down the pipe at them. This is an attack goose, and this goose just full on white goose, white feathers, yellow beak, starts pouring down this and is just clearly very bothered. Whatever said it, and it starts fluttering its wings and it runs directly past you. And for a moment, you had the 10, Kendall? Kendall, you had a 10?
Yes, I had a 10. Yes, sorry.
Okay. For a second, you feel like you hear the wings and you start to turn, but you see everyone else standing kind of resolute, and you're like, no, it must be okay. And this goose goes right past you. And it looks quickly to see if you have any gardening equipment on you, like a rake, for example, but it doesn't find anything. So it moves along. And so you look down into this cave now that the avian menace has passed, and you see this, it's dripping. There's kind of, it's clearly the tide tends to rise into this cave, and there's different kind of mosses growing on it, and you see little creepy crawlies skittering around, and you see this path kind of going up to where the goose came from.
Oh,
All right.
Shall we go up the path then?
I definitely saw that. You saw that. I saw it with my eyes.
Yes, it was a goose.
You can
It
go
was
on.
a goose. Are we sure it was a goose?
Looked like a goose.
I'm pretty sure it was a goose.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
just
no,
making
I
sure.
feel like
Right, but
Did you
we
feel
think
the
it's
goose?
something else, possibly.
You felt it. You felt the goose in your heart. Is that what you're saying?
I think it honked at me. I think it was very disrespectful.
It humped you?
And it was in a disrespectful way.
It honked.
Humped or honked?
Honked.
Honked. It honked at her. Them. All right. I was very confused for a moment. I did not hear you correctly. I was beginning to wonder if Bubbles and just missed that, and I somehow were blind. But no, honking makes sense. Honking makes.
Was
a lot
it
of
an
sense.
angry honk or like an attracted honk, would you say?
It was a
Because
disrespectful
it could go
honk.
either way with geese. A
You're the
disrespectful
one
honk.
who has the special book. Oh wait, your book is lost. Never mind. Oh, that sounded
Don't.
sensitive.
Why would you bring that up?
You're not the only one who's still missing things, all right? I still haven't got my. Where's my damned crossbow?
So you'll feel kind of you're feeling around. You have your hand crossbows, but your heavy crossbow that has the most intricate woodwork into it is the one that's missing.
Are your shoes dry now? Do you feel a little bit better about that?
well, yeah, good enough, I suppose.
Shall we slosh along then?
I'm gonna just take a second and do a quick listen-de-loo into the rest of this cave. Are there any other sounds coming out of here?
Make a perception check for me.
Oh,
The sound of silence.
okay. So I got a 7, but I am going to choose to re-roll that. I have an ability where, because of my poor luck, I can re-roll any roll. But as soon as I do that, I can't re-roll the same ability again until I failed that ability roll. Does that make sense? This is not
Yes.
much better. All right. So, perception 9.
You hear a dripping, and you hear kind of like you hear the dripping as the water kind of comes down, and you hear probably like a distant crackle, like a crackling fire.
Sounds moist down there, guys.
Moist, you say?
Real moist.
That's probably just our friend here emptying their boots, but a little bit of moisture never hurt anybody. Honestly, it probably makes things a little bit easier if you think about it.
I also think that, you just came out of the water, and I mean, it's probably moist as well.
Yeah, a lot of people who've died at sea would have to disagree with you there, that a bit of moisture never hurt anyone. Regardless.
It could be helping, not like, super terrible.
Yes.
Actually, has anybody investigated anything? Are we sure? Are there any other footsteps or anything?
Yeah, so with your background, with being from Aerith, you see kind of in the fresh mud, you see kind of an anthropomorphic foot, but it's got webbing between its feet. And it's got kind of like a claw.
All right. See, like here. So this is what I was talking about. If you did any investigation, you'd have seen that. We could follow those tracks. I'm pretty sure
it's not an actual foot.
Sorry, did I say it was foot?
You said an anthropomorphic foot, which would be like a thumb from Spy Kids, but a foot instead.
Okay, so no, you see footprints made that you believe to be made by an anthropomorphic foot, but with webbing, and it's kind of clawed. That makes more sense.
I would just avoid the term anthropomorphic. I think that's not.
It's human-esque. Okay, let me try to use what words I know what they mean.
Yeah.
It kind of looks vaguely humanoid-ish, but it's got webs and claws.
I don't know what kind of, creature this is. It doesn't look like your normal goose.
Oh, do you know what?
But if we follow the trip, these little markings right here, I think we might get a better idea, and we'll know where to walk, because it is going into a cave, and I don't want us in that cave.
Let's get this over with then.
I will follow you into the darkness. Lead, O mighty leading one. Shall we start playing the music?
I'll follow you. Oh wait, no, we can't do that.
It's a Martian. We're the military. You gotta get it has to have a rhythmic gait.
Yep.
All
Maybe
right.
she'll start a band or something.
Here we go into the wild darkness.
You're moving forward into the cave.
Oh God.
I'm following Bubbles.
Where do
You're
you
never gonna let this go, are you?
I'm following you into the darkness. I feel like I can trust you to be my light at the end of the tunnel.
And your boots were made for walking.
And they are now. She dumped all the water out of them. Definitely made for walking.
Yeah.
She lights up my life. She's got boots made for walking.
Just slowly walks away.
What he'll do then.
Hold on, I'm coming. Oh, hold on, I'm following.
So this whole conversation is happening at full volume, right?
We're doing a really good job of stealthing,
okay, cool.
Which means we're really not stealthing at all, because we've lost everything, and there's really no will to be secretive now. Give me my damn crossbow.
We'll learn our lesson eventually.
Cave, right? So as why are we even bothering to stealth?
Well, it was a practice run. It was a test. We failed it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not ashamed.
Odd is going to be looking for signs of native flora that indicate, that a goose would eat. Is this goose's natural habitat?
There is a complete lack of anything that would sustain a goose. There's a lack of little bugs.
Really
There's
don't
a lack.
see anything. I don't think it eats here. I just don't get the inclination, as they say, that it eats anything in this cave.
I think someone might have brought that goose here, guys. I don't think he's from around here.
But following footsteps, that's hardly a revelation.
Are they
Perhaps
goose footsteps? I just assumed.
I suppose it's possible.
As this conversation starts to happen, you'll hear some kind of, and remember, you did hear kind of a cackle at the end of last session, right before you stepped into this. So and that did not sound like a goose cackle. It sounds like a completely different thing. So you'll hear some kind of sloshing around and some sputtering. A sputtering language where this kind of chaotic back and forth. It sounds like a couple creatures are moving and discussing something. Yeah.
Get back here! Get back here! Don't. Do you hear it? I'm trying to whisper. Sort of. It might not be coming out like a whisper. I hear extra voices.
Extra?
Do you think those are the goose snatchers?
Are they talking to each other? Are they having a conversation? What are they saying?
Can any of us? Can I understand this language?
Let me see what languages everybody speaks.
Kendall would also like to listen in.
You know, a bit of, common and giant and obviously elvish. They've got not a shite what is coming out of their mouths right now.
Yeah, nobody has any idea what's going on.
So, not common, not elvish, not giant.
No.
Well, let's keep going then.
Well, do we want to just walk right into them? Should we battle formation this, or should we send you in with the peace branch?
Or perhaps we should knock?
Is there a door?
Well, I mean, something to that effect.
You want to knock on the floor?
We could announce our presence. Do we think that they mean ill? Is my question.
Yeah, I could go in and try to make friends, and if I fail, I'll run out, and you can ambush them.
You're very good at making friends. Yeah, you're very good at it.
I mean, I'm probably not the best one here, but
very good communicator.
I'm good at running.
If I do say so.
My concern is, what if they don't want to be friends?
Well, then we'll ambush them.
My concern was they don't speak our language.
Well, I can just kind of just make some,
universal elvish language. Yeah. Elvish signs.
Does anyone have a white flag?
I've got white skivvies on I could give you.
Perfect.
Got some sauce.
Give me 2 seconds and I'll rip them right off for you. It ain't like it's serving me any good out here.
So as this
walk over
discussion
here real
is,
quick and I'm going to rip my undies.
this portion of Around the Table by the Transverse brought to you by MeUndies, made with Micromoto.
They're stretchy. They're cozy. They're so pretty.
Sponsor us today. So you'll hear in a broken common say, doing what? Go away!
Those are freshly washed undies.
They want us to go
Saltwater
away.
special.
Hello.
You can't go away. I gotta get my book back.
Sorry.
Book is ours! My book!
No, it is my book.
No.
Do they have a crossbow?
Do you have a crossbow?
What?
Show them yours.
Shooty
Mama,
pew
do you see my crossbow?
Show them what a crossbow is.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna pull
Pull out my
other
crossbow. My not as nice crossbow.
1 crossbow, 2 crossbow, 3 crossbow. Shall I pull out all of them?
And so
As Odd looks over and sees Grumblebee's
Arsenal.
he just slowly puts his down and puts it back on his belt.
It's a worthy
worthy
crossbow.
Not going to encourage people in the party to spend too much time looking at each other's arsenals. Okay, this is a PG-13 show. Let's not objectify each other. Keep your arsenal to yourself.
No, my arsenal is part of my core being. I spent a lot of time crafting all of these by hand, by my own hand. Right. Going to take a look at it. Little goose man, you're going to look at my arsenal one more time. You got another one that looked like this.
And you'll see kind of these this teal green ears kind of stick out sideways, and you see this oversized eyes, a kind of a weak chin, normal nose, everything else, but a short stature, and you'll see them kind of poke out with a short bow and say, "No! Leave now! Book is mine!
Nope. Alright. What are you holding? What are you holding?
Shooty stick!"
Shooty stick. A shooty stick. A shooty stick, he says. A shooty stick. Do you know how to shoot that stick? I know how to work the stick. Do you know how to work the stick? No.
Again.
Odd's gonna hold up his hands and just be like, okay now, everybody. Let's just calm
That's
down.
not how you load it. You're holding it sideways. Odd, I'm gonna break. I can't do it. No.
Put the boat, sir or ma'am.
The correct way. You gotta hold it
the boat
correct
down.
We're gonna start an altercation.
Leave! Go!
I'm gonna start shuffling.
No, I'm
around
gonna take out my bigger bow. How about that? Huh? Who's got the bigger stick now?
All right.
Can you guys-
And as this happens, the bow shot rings out at Karis, who is the furthest forward. And roll for initiative.
How
Okay.
dare you shoot my bubbles? If they burst the bubble, we kill them all.
Well, rolling garbage today.
My initiative is 18.
I got a dirty 20.
I
I
got mine. Great. Where's my sheet?
We may switch D20s soon.
It's time.
Great. Where's my initiative bonus? I rolled 19, 20,
Gives me one more
22.
battle.
I got a 22.
All right, so we have top here is Elan, update combatant, initiative value 22. Great. All right, Karis.
Did I get hit?
This initiative roll.
Oh, 18.
Kendall, initiative roll.
That would be a big old 9.
9?
Oh, sorry, 8. 8, my bad. Only have initiative of +1. If this
And what's
guy
yours?
continues to fail me, I am changing D20.
Dirty 20.
Filthy 20. Okay.
This goblin has a higher bonus than me.
It's possible.
Wild.
It's because it's a goose.
It was a goose trainer, and it was attempting a training goose. So top of the order. So this shot goes off at Karis, and this shot. So you see this. It will go whoosh, right by. And what Karis's hair is? What color?
What color is Kendall's hair?
Kendall
Alan's hair?
is like a black kind of color.
I think my hair is blonde.
Okay, so in this ripple of blonde as this arrow kind of goes whoosh and flips out Karis's hair. And top of the order is Elon.
Right. I've got one hand crossbow and I think the heavy crossbow still. So I'm going to shoot the heavy crossbow, I believe.
Right. You can see where they are, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Where's my stuff here? Inventory. All right. We're going to use the heavy crossbow. Let's see if it lets me do a standard roll.
Oh, dice.
What?
Roll dice.
I'm attempting to do that.
Ah.
We're going to do attack and a normal roll. It should show up there in the chat.
Yeah.
All right, there you
That
go.
hits.
Boom. All right, let's roll damage. All right. That was not a crit, right?
No.
Normal.
Cool.
I'll take 9, and I believe...
And this is at the one that shot at you?
Yes,
Okay.
and I think I get a second shot.
Take your second shot.
Hand crossbow for the second.
Second roll was a 10. Great. That will miss.
All right, in turn.
Okay, cool. Sorry, you are up. Odd.
Okay. And I figured out that if I do double click on my character icon, I can pull up my character sheet in Foundry.
Nice.
So I can interact with the stuff if that's helpful. Okay. So I am gonna go ahead and shoot my crossbow at that guy. I just have one little hand crossbow.
And so this goblin looks to be on death's door. You have driven this crossbow bolt through its heart. It seems to be struggling to hold on.
Poor gobble.
I rolled a natural 20, I believe.
Okay. So this goblin, this front goblin, is dead.
Cool.
It does not matter. It is dead.
Okay, cool. Also in the chat, I don't think it auto doubles you. Whatever, doesn't matter.
So yeah, we're doing physical dice for everything.
Oh, okay, cool.
You do not
Then
need
never
to
mind.
use if you want to use the stuff on the thing for whatever for your thing. That's cool, but we'll go here. So the seeing his friend go down in front of him, a second mergoblin, kind of with these webbed appendages, looks at the crossbow that his friend was trying to shoot. And it's like, oh no! Oh, shoot a stick! And you'll hear him say something. He'll turn back like this, and he'll say, and then you hear kind of you will hear the pitter patter of footsteps as this goblin draws its bow and attempts to shoot again at the only thing it can see is Karis. Oh no. Yep, the only thing it can hit is Karis, so it's going to shoot at Karis. Tell your friends to go away! Go away!
Me? I haven't even attacked you yet.
Go away! And so that is a 15. Is 15 hit?
Yeah, I have 15 AC.
Okie dokes. And so that'll be you'll take 4 damage. Next up is Karis.
Well, and so that front goblin is dead?
Yep.
Okay. Right. Finally, or maybe, okay. Finally, an environment where my skills will actually be useful. I'm gonna...
That makes one of us.
Yes, I suppose so. Well, I'm gonna... All right, let's all duck behind this turn so that they're forced to follow along, shall we? I'm gonna use electric slide, which allows me to leave a trail of lightning wherever I go to block off the line of the cave and then run up behind it and take cover.
Okay. So what are you? You're kind of drawing a line in front.
Yeah, just a line across somewhere around the gap there that I was standing in.
Here?
Yeah.
Cool. So this okay, awesome. And so then both Kendall sees this kind of spring of light, as after this wall of lightning comes up, you hear the sound of footsteps running down the cave. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Oh wait, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, cool. And the same goblin here is going to say, "Ah, shocky!" And will kind of move forward, and as far as it can, still seeing that Kendall is available, will raise its short bow and take a shot. That is a natural 20. That is messed up.
Right.
The dice don't like me tonight.
That's a bit evil there.
This dice, it might actually not be correct. Let me try this again. It might be loaded.
Whoa.
That one, that's a 1 and a 6. So that'll be 10 damage.
Kendall's down.
Come in.
Kendall, so what is he getting hit with? A crossbow?
You get hit with a short bow, yeah.
Oh, with a short bow? And there were 2. You said 1 and a 6?
Yep.
Were there
Plus,
2 shots?
It was 1 shot.
Oh,
It was a
one
crit.
shot.
It was a nat 20.
So 1 shot right into his chest, and he is down.
So as this round starts, you see not both of them notching their crossbows, with one hand firing off 2 shots. Definitely Elon and Odd are able to drive one of these mergoblin directly into the ground. Just boom, boom, and these 2 crossbow bolts hit and cut and tear it open. As this happens, to drawing a defensive barrier, Karis glides through the area, drawing up static electricity from their soggy galoshes into the cavern floor, and drawing up a line. Not able, just as he's dipping around the corner, Kendall is caught in the back with an arrow and falls flat on his face, right into the mud. Next up is Aelin.
Right. There is no others on the screen, right? I'm not missing them.
Nope.
Mom,
You will see. There's one here.
All right. Okay. Let me make this a little bit bigger than where
Molly,
I'm at here.
Did Aelin go first?
Yep.
So do I not make a death save?
Oh wait, yeah, you do. Yep. No nat ones.
19.
Woo!
You do your first save.
Did not
We're
mean
not
to do
dead
that.
yet.
Not dead yet.
So, if I'm doing the calculations correctly, with the heavy crossbow, I can still make that shot. I'm also going to place myself sort of in the line of any further shots towards Kendall. I can move myself right there, for
Why don't
example.
anyone ever listen to my advice?
What was your advice?
My advice was hide. I just laid a trap.
I can't see your trap.
Yes, you do. You see this wall of lightning, this kind of that you've seen probably never before, but this static that they were able to draw up is this incredible kind of. You feel this your hair kind of standing up as you're.
I have not walked
into
the trap. I am standing back here, and I am just putting my body down. I make shots from very far away. Okay.
All right.
I got shooty sticks, and they go really far.
All right, shoot him.
Shooty.
And
But to appease my friend here, we'll say that I have moved a little bit closer. See, I'm moving backward. I'm not moving towards the trap.
You can shoot and then hide, you know.
I'm hiding in the body of Kendall.
May the body of Kendall protect you.
Yep.
Sweet Kendall, our friend whose giant backpack is now my only hope.
You think they're going to be able to hit Kendall, who's on the floor behind the...
I've got to drag her body away. I've got to work as a human shield. I think it rolled it.
If they do manage to hit me, I'm probably dead.
I rolled a 27.
That'll hit.
I'm gonna hit him. Let's see. We're going to do the damage roll here. I rolled a 9.
All right, and so this goblin will double over on himself and fall over dead.
There's so many circles on top.
It's me. I'm trying to figure out how to get them to go away. How do you remove?
I'm glowing over here. A supersonic thunderbolt attack unleashed by both Bubbles and Oddball over here.
How do you
Bubbles
remove?
and Oddball, what are you
I don't
doing?
know what you
Circle
did.
templates. I was doing like a range on. I was just messing around with it, but I don't know how to get rid of it.
I think crop circles are popping out of Kendall. I'm not sure what's
Kendall,
happening over
can
here.
you move yourself?
Kendall is over here.
No, it's me. I'm doing it.
Oh,
it's,
no,
it's
sorry.
odd.
That's not Kendall's body that you're by. Kendall is the furthest out.
Well,
just don't
with the goblin dead,
It got mixed up with
And
my
we
screen.
exit initiative.
Karis is going to go over to Kendall and see if she can help.
Well,
Okay.
Kendall is
Actually, would have done
right
2
by
steps
Paris,
behind.
actually.
Resuscitate, mouth to mouth. A sticker with a potion.
Stick him.
Stick him with a potion.
Stick him here. You're unconscious. My character will correct her for you.
Thank you.
Who's gonna give the dying person a potion?
I was too busy
I don't
staring
have
at
any
Bubbles. All I can think about was the ladies. I'm so
Does
sorry.
anyone
Kendall.
have a potion?
You can hear me because you're dead. But I'm
Oh,
saying
just-
sorry to your dead body anyway.
Anybody good at first aid? Perhaps.
Wait,
I'm really not that good
wait.
at it.
Wait, it's
I
Kendall.
was gonna
Perhaps
stand
they
back.
have a contract on themselves and they're going
Got
to
it.
just pop up and they're going to start doing their whole like dead thing, right? Kendall,
Right.
it's time.
I'll just
it's
roll
your
medicine.
time. Your body is a resource, remember? Hey, can you hear me?
You're taunting a dying person.
Can you hear me, Kendall?
They
You're
seem to
supposed
be
to pop up
losing
now.
the fight with with their
Your
unconsciousness.
body's a
Okay,
resource.
my result
That's
is a
what you
1
told
for
me.
medicine.
Okay, that they are not stabilized at all.
Great. It wasn't a natural one.
Okay, I
Audie,
rolled.
Otto's
Audie, where are you,
gonna
Audie?
Yeah. We're gonna go for medicine as well.
Audie, do something. I don't think
Okay.
the
We did
contract's
well.
working.
We did well.
Okay,
Susan.
I just want to be
We're gonna
clear.
be all
Everyone
right.
has a healing pot. Everyone should have a
Oh,
healing
do
potion.
we?
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
I didn't have that in my inventory.
I'm sorry. Everyone has a healing potion. That's like very normal military issue thing. I was like, why are they trying to heck around with him right now? This is bad.
I'm definitely making the character choice to heckle Kendall's body right now.
Okay, so would someone use their potion or use his potion on him?
Oh, well.
Yeah, I'll pull
I
out
thought
Kendall's,
Audie was-
I'll pull out Kendall's potion. I did roll really well in medicine, if that's a choice that we can make.
It would just get him stable.
Well,
Okay, so I'm gonna
Then
pull
he
out
can-
his health potion. I'm gonna
he can
rummage
use it
around
with
in all of
dice,
his.
right, to like wake up
whatever.
and heal himself if we rest.
Oh yeah. So you're gonna throw his own healing potion. Okay. So that is, let me grab the D4s. Bop, 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 bop.
Molly, can I ask a question?
You can, so you pop back up with 5 health.
Great. Can I ask a question though about Kendall being knocked out?
Yes.
Did he see anything? Anything godly? Anything to remind him of Kendret, his god, since he was, on the verge of death just now?
I think with being unconscious, I think it's just kind of like it's like it's more of like it's kind of the swirling miasma. Like if it's sort of like the mist that you hear about that precedes the gate and the wheel. So you were just kind of face to face, and so definitely coming out of it, it's like, okay, there was the dark swirling mist that feels affirming to his faith, but still terrifying.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not a particular fan of the necromancy. I like Kenny Boy, but the necromancy is a thing.
I thought you were gonna die, and who would have brought you back if you weren't here?
We weren't gonna let him die. I was just waiting to see if the contract for that renewable resources actually was it gonna kick in anytime soon.
I don't have a contract on myself because it's supposed to be something I do with other bodies. I can't do it if I'm dead.
Right, you're
Well, that is a gross oversight, Kendall.
It is a gross oversight. Oddie's right, Kenny boy. You gotta be your own resource too.
If it is the will of Kendrick for me to finish my journey, then that is the will of Kendrick. But
it is the will.
Clearly, I did not go into
That
the
bitch can't have you.
Fairness. It's all about fairness, balance. Don't worry, Oddie. We'll get that contract for Kenny. Don't you worry.
So as all this, as you get him back on his feet, you hear these. You hear the kind of the grunting and the yelling and that nonsensical language. And then you hear kind of the cracking of bamboo, and it will ricochet through the cave. It'll whatever, you understand what I'm saying? Echo. And then the other, and then you'll hear another break, and then you'll hear kind of and then you hear the quiet sound of feet. But not the same as before. This sounds like maybe something that's got 4 feet or 8.
So did the goblins have the book or the crossbow we're looking for?
So the goblin in front did have one of the crossbows. Did have the crossbow. Yep.
Well, take a look at that. Is that yours?
Yeah! My hero, my savior, my bubbles. You found it. I'm gonna be a little bit teary and moist for a bit there. I'm just gonna go get my crossbow, my shooting stick, as they call it. I'll be right back.
I'm glad shooting stick is catching on as a nomenclature.
Helen, it's all right. You got it back.
It's not ruined. I know. There's a spoon.
It's soggy. It's soggy.
There's a crack on the side. It's a little bit.
There's teeth marks on the side.
Kendall's going to cast Prestidigitation on it to clean it up a bit.
Those will come right off. Those will just get some elbow grease.
You got to prestidigitate it with my insignia, correctly. Don't do the swirl this way, but the other way.
So at this as you're moving forward, it sounds like the feet are getting closer. And
forwards and
Bubbles, is that your galoshes again? Why are you sloshing your loshes?
That sloshing is coming from someone else.
And it's coming from ahead. You saw the other goblin run down in the cave. You heard the 2 bamboo breaks. You recovered the crossbow, and now these feet sound very close.
Can we please hide? Can we please duck behind a corner and prepare to fight something again, just in case?
Not exactly very many corners.
What do you mean? There's 2 right there.
What corner are you looking at?
Yeah, if we were to stay back there would be corners, but this is a corridor with stairs.
And it's coming this way.
Wait, do they have?
Did you hear it approaching?
Yeah, and there's a turn here, so possibly we can take advantage of that.
Yeah, so let's duck behind the turn.
So get into the position you would like to be in.
Okay, so who
where does it sound like it's coming from?
Ahead. The same direction that they
here,
were shooting from.
Yeah. Should we hide all the way back here, or?
I believe I am okay here because I can reach many of you here.
Yes,
Yeah, I'll
sounds
come and
good.
squeeze
So
in
let's
this little-
hide over here.
And
Everybody hide in this little crevice.
Yeah.
second corner that we have found.
Okay. So are you? You hear this coming at you? Are you setting an ambush? Are you?
Yeah.
Okay. So what are the actions that are going to go off, and what are their triggers? We'll start with Adora. Karis.
Okay. Yes. My action is going to be to trip them with my dance thing.
So when they move by you, immediately you're going to go for the trip.
Yeah.
Okay. Kendall, nearly recently returned back to life. Not still somehow near the front. Bravely.
We trust you a lot, Kendall. You got this aura of.
I was thinking that I was going to be behind Aelan, but then Aelan moved.
I shoot really far, so I just stood further back.
Kendall, you can hide further back if you want to. I'm going to stay up here.
But I just want to be central so that I can reach all of you.
If
Yeah.
you want to do the center of attention, now is not the time. Now is not the time. You can be the center of attention later. Oh, you went in battle formation. Never mind.
I'll be honest,
Can we
guys.
perhaps switch positions?
Do you want me to top it or bottom it? You want me top or bottom?
I just want to switch positions with Karis. Karis, can we switch?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I thought you were telling all of us to switch positions. Go position with each other.
Thank you.
Well, everyone, you heard it here first. The Concord Nilamananji is filled with switches.
I like to keep versatility
no one was
in my
surprised.
life.
And no one was surprised. So
Well,
we have the trip going off first when someone comes around the corner. Kendall, what are you doing in this ambush?
I will be preparing a chill touch. Should something actually trip and fall, I will be using my chill touch.
Okay, so if it gets within melee, you go boom.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Odd, what are you gonna do?
Where is the tripwire being placed?
It's gonna be. You see where Karis is?
I'm just
So
going to
as soon as
lash
Right in
out.
front.
Yep.
as
Oh,
soon as
okay.
I
Less of a
show that.
tripwire, more of like a
Not a
trip maneuver.
tripwire. Yeah, trip maneuver. Yeah.
Okay, got you. Okay, so I will when the tripping occurs, I will shoot him with a crossbow. That's what we got.
So if I trip somebody, just so that you know, I guess depending on where they are, mechanically, if I trip somebody and they fall over and you're like not right next to them, then you will have disadvantage to attack them with a ranged attack.
That's true, but my other option is a dagger.
You may want to give him a bonk.
Yeah, all right. If that's the case, we'll do a lunge and bonk.
All right,
That's,
cool.
I think we established like with Elin that you can shoot a crossbow in melee and get the advantage, but Elin has the feet, so
yeah,
I think that would cancel out. And
Odd does not. The opposite of the feet, honestly.
lunge and bonk seems like a
Anti-feet.
good plan.
Mm-hmm. Go for a lunge and bonk.
Lunge and bop. Okay, and Alan, what are you gonna do?
Right. If I'm understanding the trip, I think because I'm just far enough back and everybody else is hiding, I can just bait them into her trap because they're gonna see me.
Okay.
And I think I'll like kind of something like that maybe.
Just be
Okay.
careful because up until now they've all been ranged attackers, so they might not even.
I'm going to. I've got the heavy crossbow out and gonna look like I'm shooting at them, so they'll come across your trip and
Clever lady.
we'll go from there.
What's stopping them from just running up not far enough to get hit by us and then shooting at you?
Probably how beautiful I look in this cave lighting.
Maybe, I mean, you could lie down.
Oh, yeah, it looks more enticing that way. Yeah. So my booty laying across the cave floor. Uh-huh.
Or you
Yeah.
could
Act
crouch.
wounded.
If that's what
You
you need
so
to believe,
that you are
yes.
a
Go
smaller
with that.
target.
Oh,
Who-
acting. All right. Yeah.
Elon,
am
wail
I-
like a bear. Act like a bear or a duck that's been recently shot.
Duck. As
A
in,
goose.
get on the ground.
We
What
can
if they
perform
think
a
it's their
little bit.
duck?
I'll perform it a
Take
little
these.
bit.
Aren't we the expert?
No!
They recently
Oh,
lost a duck.
I've
Did
lost
they?
my duck.
That was a
It
duck then.
was
I
a
thought it was the
goose.
goose, but you're the expert here, so
I
I'll believe
just
you.
wanted
Well-
my little chickie, and now
All right,
it's gone.
this
I'm
is
in
so.
Where beth thou, little chicken of love?
There's this sad chicken. So you're gonna lay on the ground and look injured.
I've taken a knee. I used to be a crossbow slinger, and then I took a goose to the knee.
Great. And so as this happens, you'll see rounding the corner this kind of more thickly scaled. It looks like a giant like a lizard. It has a flittering tongue, and it's kind of flittering its tongue out, and
A
it's
fluffering tongue.
it skitters down, and will trigger the trap.
Okay.
And
Just
so
real
we
quick.
gotta roll initiative.
So what is this thing?
Does Odd know what it
Fluffering
is?
licky tongue.
In
I would.
his,
What's your nature check? What's your nature?
I'll make a nature check. Sure.
You have
Your flavor. Tell them
Maybe?
what your flavor
Oh,
is.
nature is not knowledge. Never mind. Ignore me.
21.
Okay, yeah, you would recognize this as a giant lizard.
I mean, can I make a nature check untrained?
Yeah, I think you can.
Well,
I'm not
yeah,
proficient
well.
in nature, yeah.
Well, I mean, you recognize
Okay,
it
cool.
as a giant lizard with that. I mean, you'll notice that it's not really well armored, but it is a little bit. It's a lot more beefy than the got ones are.
Hmm. Do I know what their diet is? That's mostly what I'm going to be talking about.
Diet would be like larger worms, like millipedes, kind of like meat scraps. It's
Small
something
animal.
that kind of
Not-
reptile races might keep as like a pet or an attack animal.
This is like a kimono dragon kind of situation where they've
Yeah.
got dead bits in the teeth. Okay. I was just going to explain that to everyone while we're combating.
What's the Commodore dragon?
The kimono dragon.
I believe it is
It's a giant lizard native to south
Over here.
It has its own island.
Temperate rainforests.
We ain't got those back home, is what you're saying.
All
All
They
right,
like to eat.
hold on.
All right. So this goes off. So first, trip goes off.
My
It goes
chicken.
off.
What do I
Oh
need
no,
to do?
Chill touch.
what's going on?
The trip goes off. That triggers my chill touch.
Okay. What do I need to do for the trip? You need it.
For what do you mean? What do you need to do for the trip?
I think it's Adora's.
Adora's
or no,
needed,
it's,
currently.
Bubbles' attack.
Oh, right, because that
That
was
explains
the
a lot.
first one.
Yeah, so I don't have any abilities that allow me to do this. I figured I would just do like a dex attack or something.
Oh, okay. Yep. Yep. Make an attack with dexterity.
Okay.
What was it? What was it?
Should I roll with advantage for like sneak attack or whatever?
Nope.
Then the result is 16.
A 16. Okay,
Yeah.
so you're able, you get behind this lizard as it's kind of moving forward on all fours, and you're able to kind of like flip it. You're able to get your foot in front of its face, and you're able to flip it. And so this happens, and then the chill touch. Make your attack roll.
And if this is melee attack, I guess you're next to it, so you should get advantage since it's fallen over.
I get advantage.
Yep.
All right. Well, then that is I rolled a flat 15. Do I have any pluses to attack?
Wisdom.
So that's a 17.
Hits.
So I'll roll my d8, and that is 4 damage.
All right,
And
cool.
the-
And
The
so you
ghostly
see,
skeletal hand will grab it, and then it won't let go, and it won't be able to regain hit points until the start of my next turn.
wicked.
Where'd everybody go?
Hmm?
Oh, never
Wait,
mind.
you
Turn out the lights.
What are you talking about?
I appear to have completely. I made the mistake of hitting backspace. Clearly, a crime that I
How
have
dare
committed,
you do such a thing?
which apparently deleted everything that I had done.
Oh,
so that's fine.
Oh no!
Cool. Love that for me.
I gotta do my stabby stab too. That's
Hashtag
part of
learn.
the,
Yep. Go ahead. Do your thing.
Great.
Everybody shoot your shot.
And
Oh
he's
my
still
gosh! I
prone?
did it again.
It's gone.
No,
It's still
Attack.
prone. Yeah, you should still have advantage if you're
Still
in
prone?
melee.
Okay, great. 19 to hit
Hits.
with my dagger. And what is that? Just a D4.
D4.
Yeah.
Plus whichever strength or dex
yeah.
you used to attack with it.
The big boys. All right.
The feet destroyers.
So worse than Legos. 3 damage.
My goodness, y'all are really wailing
Mm.
on this thing.
Wreck it. And as he does it, he's like, "You shall not use me to digest your food."
All right, it's fine. That's a big statement there.
All right, Elon.
Oh no! My chickens! Oh look, here's 2 crossbows! Bam, bam!
Shoot your shot.
I'm gonna shoot it. I'm gonna shoot it. All right, shoot right.
How
in
you
the
like
face.
these chickies?
How you like my ladies?
Are
Is
they
it why
named?
aren't you pop it up? Why aren't you letting me attack? The ladies, they can be a little shy on the go apparently because we're trying to shoot them. Hand crossbow 1. Attack. Where's your attack? Everything is broken forever and always.
Turner.
What is going on here? Why aren't you letting me do anything?
Do you want me to roll a physical die for you?
There we go. I don't know what's wrong with it. We're gonna
Nice.
do the second one. And there's number 2. Ba-bow!
Pew pew.
Smasher, smasher.
24 and 10.
I'm going to venture to guess that the first one hit.
First one absolutely hits.
All right. A 7.
7 damage. Cool. So this giant lizard, and you see the
Yeah.
other one kind of pouring, like rushing down the hallway after it. Is lunges like doesn't see you off the jump, and is surprised by this attack. Knocking it over. Karis is able to kind of jam up the hallway with this huge creature. As this frosty hand reaches up out of the earth, and you feel kind of for the first time, y'all will see Kismet's power or Kindred's power actually wrap around this creature as it lays on the ground, as a dagger from the other side drives down into it, and a crossbow bolt buries itself in the lizard's exposed belly, and the lizard is bloodied.
Nice.
Get wrecked, lizard birds! Yeah!
Cool. And so roll initiative.
Okay. I got a 15.
Did I delete you? No, you're just underneath.
I'm just underneath. We're getting friendly,
Getting really intimate with this lizard.
which is actually not a bad thing for me.
14 for Aelin.
14 for Elin.
Odd.
6 for Kendall.
Oh, Kendall. It's rough over there.
Rolls. Change the D20. Doesn't seem to help.
Okay.
Oh.
Karis?
Is my turn?
No, what's your roll?
Oh, 15. Sorry.
And Odd.
13.
All right, top of the order is Karis.
Okay. All right. It's time for these galoshes to actually do something useful.
Let's see it then.
You hear crackling as once again the ground starts to light up and your hair stands on end. I really need to stop doing this with wet shoes. I'm going to use electric slide again and move one space over to,
So you're just going to step direct, you're going to electric slide directly onto...
Hey, they jumped on me.
That's fine. So you're like stepping onto its tail with the electric slide?
Yeah, let's say that. Let's have it be that, yeah.
All right. And what do I need to do?
Well, when it starts its turn in the area, it'll make a save.
Okay. Cool.
I'm gonna do that, or I guess what I'll do is electric slide, like blocking the entrance and then moving back enough so that the giant lizard would have to cross the line that I'm making in order to get at us.
So you're drawing like an L, basically. You're like you're electric sliding up its prone head.
Yeah, and in order to so that the lower one, the one that is further away, will have to cross that same area in order to get to any of us.
So you're just you're trying to like tiptoe a line.
Yes, while also making sure that it's covering the one that's prone, that area.
Okay, cool.
And back over here.
All right, cool. Next up is Aelon.
I'm also gonna throw my knife at the further one.
Okay.
Yeah. Or actually, yeah, I can't do that because I didn't attack with my first action. Okay, I'm actually done for real.
All right, Aelon.
Are you sure? Are you feeling real done?
I believe in you.
Yeah, if you don't want to be done yet, you really don't have to.
It's
All right.
all right.
Gonna go
I feel confident with what I've done this time.
Gonna pow it again. If it will let me pow it again.
I got 2 19s, so you hit with both.
Oh, all right. Never mind. I won't do that roll.
Are you attacking the further one or the closer one?
I am attacking the one. I could split it actually. I could do 1 and 1.
Yep.
Just if you attack the closer one, make sure you go close enough so that you get advantage instead of disadvantage.
How much more do I have to move for that?
Like
right
a little.
up to it.
Just not far.
Alright, so I do the rolls since that was already there, and then
so the first one it will pierce through the lizard and it will kill it. The second one will do a significant. It will deal a steady blow to the other.
Odd, is there any chance that we can, avoid killing this lizard? Do you know anything about being friendly with it or taming it or something?
All right, next up is Odd.
I have a land speed of 12 miles per hour on average at a full sprint, and they're mostly carnivorous. That's what I've got for you.
Amazing.
Saying this as Odd steps forward and...
by the way,
are there? Do we have rations?
Yeah.
Yes. 100%.
Do we have dried meat?
Sure.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
I don't know. Let's give it a shot. Odd's gonna try and throw some meat scraps at this guy, and maybe he's familiar with the Komodo dragon. How much has he studied it? Would he be familiar with like a call, perhaps a friendly gesture between lizards?
Sure. So I will give you an animal. So this thing has a crossbow bolt in it and is very angry. So, but you are
He's a gentle soul. He doesn't want to destroy the nature.
you are very learned. So I will give you a chance to roll animal handling to distract it with the jerky while it's bleeding out of a crossbow bolt wound.
Would I have advantage on that because of the studying that I've done?
I'm going to say the studying you've done allows you to make the roll while it has a crossbow bolt in its face.
I will be rolling at disadvantage then because I do still have my Shroud of Disluck up. So.
Yeah.
Which was not actually that bad as it turns out. Animal handling, you said?
Yep.
Okay, 14.
Okay, so you throw this meat past this bleeding lizard, and it looks for a second, and then it looks back at the thing that just shot it in the face. Yeah,
even with the sounds, it's like,
and everyone else hears odd, gagging for some reason.
No, it's a lizard sound. That's the sound lizards make. Obviously.
Yeah, but it's not gagging to us.
What are you saying, Odd? You sound like you're choking over there.
Everyone together. We have to calm him as a group.
All right. So
what do you want me to do? What am I supposed to do? Just this movement?
No, it's like
I'll shoot. Okay.
So the lizard will move forward and trigger the trap. It's a con save.
Okay, con save.
Oh.
All right.
I thought it was my turn, sorry.
I think it's it's a 10.
That's a fail. So it takes 1d6 lightning damage.
Okay.
And is stunned for one turn.
All right.
4 lightning damage.
All right, so it is bloodied.
And it's stunned. So
no, do not hit the backspace key. I don't want to replace everyone on the map and reroll initiative 10 for the 4th
That sounds like it'd be really annoying for you.
I am a compulsive backspacer. All right, so this is stunned. Let me put that marker on it for you.
I've been waiting for that move to be useful for a long time.
And because it's stunned, does it make a save at the end of its turn or no?
No, it just only lasts one turn.
Okay, cool. So it's stunned. Next up is Kendall. You have a giant stunned lizard in front of you that someone tried to throw meat at.
It was a good idea.
For those watching at home, being stunned means you lose your turn, and attacks against you have advantage, and you have disadvantage on saving throws and stuff.
So Kendall's going to look over at Odd for a second, and he's going to look at the lizard and kind of shrug his shoulders a little bit. Say, sorry, Odd, we've got to protect ourselves. And he's going to attack with a chill touch.
Okay.
Ooh, that was cool.
That
Nice.
is a 18 to hit. Okay. And good for that lizard. He only has to take 1 damage. One necrotic damage.
Oh, buddy.
But that hand is hanging on. That skeletal hand hangs on to him.
Really,
And
honestly,
it's like a purplish aura to it.
It's like a skeletal fingernail. It's like, because it's only one, so it's just like,
the cold is probably the cold is probably just helping it feel better after the burns from the lightning.
Well, it's not cold. It's necrotic.
It's true.
I thought it was chill touch.
It's chill touch. Yeah.
No, but it's not like chill touch. It's like
it's not chill.
Chilled.
It has no
Chill
chill.
of the brave, not the
It's
chill
like a
of the
vibe.
cold.
It's an energy. And the other. So, anything else, Kendall?
Kendall is going to actually, after doing that, take a couple of steps back because he is not comfortable where he's at.
Wonderful.
1, 2,
Now that's
3,
tactics.
4.
Why I'm the one who's
Be back here, supporting you if you should need it.
So it's he's stunned.
From a
There's
distance.
no. attack of
From a
opportunity.
distance, I
There's
will
no
support
attack of
you.
opportunity from a stun character, no?
Great,
Go,
great, great.
go,
Actions.
go.
Love it.
So, you'll say, he'll say, "Why did you kill Booker? Why?" And he'll shoot out the light bow at Elon.
Ooh.
And that'll be a 16 to hit.
A hit.
Okay, that'll be 7 damage
Right.
as this arrow flies out. So as this all goes off, so the ambush has set in, quickly making work of or drawing a defensive line. Karis, bless you. Karis draws a defensive line around the soon-to-be corpse of this giant lizard as a deathly fingernail just sort of lazily wraps a fingernail around the kind of head of the following lizard as Aelin's crossbow bolts strike true once again, both of them each, and off the first, stun this end as the second is stunned and falls into the lightning in front of it. It is graced with the swift breeze of a goblin's arrow burying itself in Aelin. And we're at the top of initiative. Karis.
Okay, so that's not ideal. I'm gonna use my staying power flare. You see, Karis changed dancing styles a bit into something a bit flowier, a bit airier, a bit less staticky and zippy. And me and Elin, or anyone within 10 feet of me, can spend a hit die at this time and regain that amount plus their Constitution modifier. And I am also going to do one of those because I still have damage from earlier.
Okay.
How do I do that?
Your hit die should be what your current hit points are minus your Constitution. And so you can just roll it and then reduce it by 1 from your character sheet.
I'm trying to figure out how to roll it on the sheet, but I can do it manually too.
If you click on the gear next to hit dice, there's a roll option.
Did that work?
Yep.
But I'm gonna roll
You went from 1 to 4.
Oh,
But you also need to add con.
Cool.
So you need to add 2.
Are you talking to me or?
Yeah. So you would be at 6 out of 12. You would just be bloodied.
Oh, that's a nice. Okay, so that I'm gonna roll anyway. So this is, I think this is a D8. Okay, cool. So I regain 4 also. So I'm still not at 10. I'm at 9.
All right. Cool. Aelin, you're up.
I'm suddenly feeling a lot better. I'm feeling a little revived. Sorry, I gotta move this.
I just love the way you move, Bubbles. It just brings life back into me.
I just gotta make it show me a screen at more of the time. All right, so I'm gonna shoot between some heads there. All right, and now I gotta bring back the sheet up, and then I'm gonna do this part. Yeah. All right, 21 and 17.
Both will hit.
Great. All
What are
right.
you shooting at? The goblin?
The goblin.
Uh-huh.
Got it.
Shooting between your heads, technically. Rolled. Ducked and covered. Pow pow. And attack. First one, attack the second one. All right. I think ignore those ones. I think I just accidentally did not the damage roll. So ignore those ones real quick. I think that's too high of a die. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a second. I must have clicked the wrong one. All right. There you go.
A 5 and a 9, and these are both hitting the goblin.
Yes.
So yeah, so you pin this goblin up against the wall with the crossbow bolts, and he passes away. And his last word is "Mocha!" And he's kind of pinned up against the wall, and blood trickles down from his mouth.
Yeah, Caw, your soul is mine. All right, get a move on.
And Kendall is just looking around at all the dead goblins, like, what a waste.
You didn't get a contract.
All right, and so this lizard is in front of you. Next up is Odd.
Okay. Odd is distraught that his earlier plan did not work. Visibly distraught. And as tears run down his face, he will lift the dagger and attempt to stab again as he cries, "You have the most teeth of any known land reptile."
Hey, that's a weird thing to be crying about.
You don't know. Okay, and that's going to be a 12 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay,
matches.
great. What is it? Okay. Oh, it's just 1d4. All right, 1.
You should.
Plus Dex.
Oh, it is plus Dex. Then 2.
Wicked. So that
Whoa!
this giant lizard comes to as it sees you. Bringing down its. As it sees you bringing down a dagger and lashes out to bite you. And so it deals 3 damage to you as it kind of bites into your leg. And that's the end of its turn. Next up is Kendall.
Did you already? Sorry. Did you already put the damage on?
Yeah.
Yeah, it just isn't.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't already have the enigma.
Okay.
Oh yeah, no. My attack's auto roll onto you.
Perfect.
Yep.
Apologies.
Okay, so I'm gonna take a quick look at my party. They all seem to be relatively okay since they did that hit dice thing, right?
Yep.
My performance was truly moving.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely thought you were moving a lot, for sure.
It was revivifying, even.
Electrifying, some might say.
Maybe that was
So-
the
Kendall's gonna go ahead and attack with Chill Touch again. He's
Okay.
gonna put his hand out and try to visualize that skeletal hand again. And I don't have advantage on this one, correct?
correct.
Okay, then it's a 10, and I doubt that hits.
It does not hit. And so
I'm
that this
visualizing really hard, but it's not really working.
All right, and Karis, you are up. So let me narrate this round. Kind of with this flowing motion, producing kind of what kind of clothes does Karis wear?
Right now, I have like pretty fancy, kind of like richly made dancing clothes covered in regular ass leather armor.
Okay, so thoroughly and appropriately dressed for adventure, Karis, with these fluttering sleeves that highlight her movement. You see this brings up this wave of healing energy as it washes over the party as a dagger drives in, a set of crossbow bolts fly down the hallway, a familiar sight now, and pin a goblin up against the wall as he coughs and sputters. As this dagger falls into the kimono dragon, because that's what my mind is going to say. All not all the teeth, half the teeth. Get that Odd was so happy to comment about
60
and explore and
beautiful,
celebrate.
sharp teeth.
Bury themselves into his leg, and top of the order is Karis.
Okay, I'm gonna try to hit it with my ribbon, ideally non-lethally. That is my intent.
Whip it.
Whatever you say. My attack is 13, I think.
Hits.
Okay. So I get a D4 plus 7 damage.
So that will knock it out.
Awesome. We'll say it's tied up by my ribbon then.
Okay, cool. So this ribbon wraps itself around the lizard, pulls tight, and it's held in this kind of stasis as you feel it wriggle out the last of its kind of energy, and it falls into a slumber. And we'll exit initiative there. So you cleared out half the cave.
Yeah.
All right.
Odd is
Why don't we
just
take a
Odd
break
is just
now?
mournfully stroking the snoot of the Komodo dragon, and he's just like, via parthenogenesis, you could have carried on your own line, you majestic beast.
Well, hey, this one's gonna die.
You're right there, Oddie. You're talking to a little bit of a not other elf there.
I doubt it's going to be particularly inclined to become friends with us after that, but I don't know. Maybe we could put it somewhere else.
It could be like an enemies to lovers thing. Maybe that's what Odd is like talking to it for. I'm trying to be
Still
positive.
alive?
I'm trying to just be supportive. Should we let Odd keep touching it like that? Are they just like should we pull it with us?
I mean,
Only venomous.
I would like to say that if this is something that Odd needs, then we should allow it. Grieving is a very complicated process, and if this is helping Odd, then it's good.
Thank you for your support, Kendall.
I have a question. I know I intentionally avoided killing the second lizard, but we just showed up on an unknown island. Are we gonna need like food from them?
If Odd stops petting the lizard, we might be able to ask him if it's edible.
Pause. Do elves need meat in this world?
Yes.
Okay, game on.
I mean, I guess their skin is like made of bones, so they're gonna be hard to skin, but the meat underneath should be edible.
All right, so we just go like let us eat the bone, and then like you could pet the rest of it.
I don't think the skeleton would have the same effect.
Yeah, I know. It's a delicacy in some places where they'll like they'll like eat the bone alone. They just suck on the marrow.
Right, thanks, Steven. So, Odd, do you want to do anything with this live lizard here?
Not gonna name it, are you?
I've already named him.
Oh, he got named.
Bartholomew.
No, that's a lot of syllables in that name too. It's like they always tell you don't name it if you're gonna eat it, otherwise you can't eat it because you named it.
We have a whole other one. We don't have to eat this one.
Odd, do you want this one to stay alive? Because it seems like it is not doing that. We could, I suppose. All right, Kendall puts a hand on the thing and.
Whoa! Can what are you doing? What are you doing? What kind of conservation is this? You can't just like go around like sign a contract.
His hand glows a little blue as he spares this.
Whoa! That's not good. No.
So you cast spare the dying on it. So yeah, it's stable. It's kind of sleeping, and you're able to retrieve your ribbon from around it.
Hush, my sweet prince.
Did you just necro-res it?
Still gently stroking.
I just, it was going towards the mists, and I told it, no, lie down, take a nap.
Did you neck it a little bit?
Well, I mean, most of my power comes from that particular field of magic. So yes, but it wasn't actually dead yet. So
you stole its soul while it was alive?
no, it wasn't dead yet. It was becoming dead. It was dying. And I said, no, you don't have to die. You can just stay here and take a nap.
So it was about to be unalive, and then you made it undead. Is it an undead? No, Oddie, you know how I feel about this.
Dead because it never was dead. It was dying.
We didn't kill
it. It was not dead.
I've got feelings about this. All right.
The important thing is Bartholomew is okay now. I'm just gonna get up and go over.
While we're trying to figure out how to get back to civilization.
Yeah.
Where there's
I'm so sorry.
people.
Repeat the first part of what you said, Kendall.
I said I don't want Odd to be losing his mind while we are trying to figure out how to get back to civilization.
That's reasonable. And as he says this, he's going to plunge his dagger into the other Komodo dragon and start stripping it of meat, if he can, as best he can.
Yeah, we're gonna bring Oddie back to civilization after we populate his life with a bunch of undead. All right.
I don't know how long. So to be clear,
for it to become undead, it is just a living creature.
God.
Sure. All right, Kenny, I'm watching you.
That's not dead.
All right. If it starts looking and smelling a little funny, a little skeletal, I am going to know what you're doing.
Listen, if a cleric of the life domain were to do the exact same thing I just did, you would not question it.
I would still call it necromancy because you're necking around with the almost
dying, but not yet dead. When the cleric of the life domain said, you don't have to die, and then you just take a nap. That's necromancy.
All right, Kenny boy. All right. If I get you a cleric of the life domain, put him right here, and I'm going to tell him the same thing. I'm going to look him in the eye and say, you did the thing, you did the thing.
You have preconceived notions about what necromancy is, and you are projecting them onto me.
I'm very much projecting. I am projecting at you. This is me saying that is exactly what I'm doing.
Anybody interested in going to see if Odd's book is back there?
I'm interested.
Yes, I am actually very interested.
He's just covered in Komodo dragon blood at this point. The plan, I think, for Odd, just to be clear, while you guys are hashing out this morality of necromancy
personal trauma,
Odd is just calmly salvaging meat from this carcass. If we want to keep some of it, I'm down if someone knows how to cure it. But his real plan is to put it in front of the other Komodo dragon so that it has something fresh, dead, rotting meat to eat immediately when it wakes up.
Yes, we're going to bring Oddie back to civilization. Cool. All right.
So you're able to do that.
Okay.
Well, if Odd, do you want to cook some of that meat for us so we can eat it? I can make a.
You do not want me to cook for you. I promise.
You look like you're such a good prepper right now.
I'll give you the meat. Do you like char?
I think so.
And or salmonella.
I would like to go forward.
Somehow I get the both.
Yeah, maybe we can cook it later.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'll wrap it up.
That sounds good.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And so we're looking to go into the cave to start looking for your book.
I'm going to get my stuff back.
Gotta get your stuff back.
I'm just going to start moving forward.
Okay.
And assume that people are walking behind him because why wouldn't they?
So as Kendall gets here, you come up, you'll see this kind of, it's a ramshackle dining room, and there's also clearly like you'll see a little untied rope harness that was there. It's roughly goose size. And they had put, there's a pile of rotting meat there. They had been trying to feed the goose.
Okay. Well, that's not what he feeds, so that would explain why it didn't work.
I see the problem here.
Yep. So then as you look to your right, you see this very narrow passageway that seems to open up after 20 or 30 feet.
So Kendall's going to try his best to peer down it before actually going into it.
Yeah. So what you'll see with your dark vision is you see like a crate, and you see like a rumpled piece of fabric on the ground.
Okay. So I see a crate. Where do I see the crate?
Let's see. Did that ping correctly?
I saw that your cursor went to like this area.
Yep, that's where the crate would be.
Okay. So Kendall's going to, I guess he's going to try to sneak his way over.
All right, roll stealth check.
Stealth. What is Kendall's stealth? Let's take a look and see if he has anything. All right. That would be a 16.
So, all right. So you move forward quite quietly. You're able to quiet your swampy galoshes, and
Follow along quietly also.
yeah. So if you're following behind stealthily, roll a stealth check for me.
All of us that are doing it.
If you're moving stealthily, yeah.
My result is 15.
Okay.
14 for odd.
Okay.
Mine is going to be a stealth. Oh, wow! I have a +5. Right, that is going to be
Proficiency plus fighter.
Ooh, chow.
22.
All right. So you all move very quietly forward. I don't
Kendall's gonna
probably.
take a good look around again before he goes past this corner.
And so now that you're closer up, the rumble piece of fabric is a bedroll, and you see some bedrolls kind of scattered around the room. The crate just kind of seems to be filled with garbage and bric-a-brac.
Okay. So he's gonna go on. Go on. What were you saying?
And you see, and so you see in the crate, it's just that. Yep.
Okay. So Kendall's gonna move forward.
Okay.
And he's gonna motion to his friends behind him as there's no one there, and move forward until he's like around here behind the corner.
So looking through the dirt, you see the kind of the footprints of those two giant lizards as though they had come from that direction.
Odd is also just gonna rummage through that crate really quick and see if his book is in there.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that too.
Okay. So as you rummage through it, there's like bits of crud. There's particularly shiny rocks. There is a torn piece of paper that looks kind of familiar to you, as though it might be one of the pages from your book.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's right.
But you don't find the book itself in there. You also find a fractured bit of a seal in the bottom, not like a ball seal, like
A fractured bit of a seal, just a fin.
just the head. The handsome
Okay, I knew
whiskers.
it.
Yep. So you find a fractured bit of a seal, and it looks to have kind of this twisting shape. It seems like it might be a snake, but it doesn't have a head or a tail, so you can't really tell.
Do I assume it's pretty stylized. Do I recognize the particular half of the seal that I see?
No.
Well, I'm gonna shove the torn. That's a lie. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna clasp the torn piece of journal to my breast lovingly, give it a kiss, and then gently place it into my bag. And then I'll shove the seal in there as well and keep going. Frustrated by fruitless efforts to reclaim my knowledge.
So Kendall, as you look, are you peeking around the corner?
Yeah, I'm picking around the corner, definitely.
Cool. So you'll see two of these kind of bamboo cages that both of them have these cracked entryways, as though a goblin had kind of tried to untie something, panicked, and just broken it open. And so you'll see those as you move down the hall. And the hallway extends in.
There's a lizard's ricket.
The hallway extends in front of you. You see it bend off to the left and also continue forward. And it comes to what looks like from where you're standing. You can see a left turn close and a left turn about 20 feet down the way. And then it seems at the end of that hallway, there is a kind of a fallen rock wall. All right, so as you look down the hall to your left, and you look to the hall down your right, you smell smoke coming from the left. And as you peer down it, it seems thick, but there seems to be a campfire that was stomped out.
Okay. So there's
how are you approaching that? Like, are you you're looking around carefully?
Looking around very carefully as he walks. He's been going.
Roll
not like
check for me. Roll a perception check for me.
Sure. All right. That is a dirty 20.
So you will notice a very crudely made pit trap down this thin hallway that you're standing near, that you see the fire at the other side of.
So I lean back and look to my friends and go, hey, we cannot go on that side. And I point over to it because there is a trap. On the other side, there seems to be fallen rocks.
I don't see any traps over there. What do you mean?
It's a pit trap. You walk on top of it, and then the floor disappear.
It's full of vipers. I've seen those.
Yeah.
Oh, how did you see that?
Pit traps.
Well, I was looking for it.
Well, I'm looking for it.
I mean, if they put the pit trap over there, does that mean there's something beyond there that they don't want people to get to?
Perhaps.
Can we get around it then?
See the floor is not quite level. It's a little bit like.
Oh, cool.
You can see the difference.
Oh. Yeah, so, I mean, should we, use, can we just, jump over it? Or how big's the pit?
So you would kind of point it out. It seems that the goblins dug it. It seems to be about 10. The oddity in the floor seems to be about 10 feet wide. A reminder. So you're looking down this tunnel at this kind of stomped out campfire. You look to your right. There's the fallen rock wall, and you see another passageway turning off to the left.
Yes. There is a rock. I think that they might be trying to keep these things from going down the rock wall, but I did forget to mention there does seem to be a turn towards the left before the fallen rocks.
Well, I mean, if they set up the pit here, presumably that fire over there, someone's been there recently, and if they didn't set off the pit, there must be another way to get there, so we could go that way.
All right, that's what I'll do.
Cool.
So he's gonna make his way this way.
Cool. So you just see this bend off to this. You have the fallen rock wall in front of you. It seems pretty sturdy. There's water that drips down through it. It's got that saltwater smell that kind of fills the air. But this is the freshest air you've smelled in here. It's nice. It's refreshing. It's like a nice sea breeze. As you come around, you make your way down there. You come up. I'm assuming you're
looking around the entire time for anything else, and he's been walking fairly slowly so that.
Oh yeah, I'm using this. I'm keeping the stealth rolls as they were.
Okay.
Yep. So as you look down, you see fragments of over, so you see a fire. You see kind of this like little underground spring. You see like a kind of a bunch of water there. And you see obviously the embers of the fire. And then you see these shattered but way oversized weapons. They're not, it's not something a mergoblin would use. It's not something even y'all would use.
As far as very large.
Yeah, those are very large swords.
Hear me out here. They're pretty big. I learned when I learned the language, but do those look like giant big to you? Or a little smaller?
They may be.
That makes a lot more sense.
I'm going to go up to the weapons, and I want to like really inspect them, see if I can tell if this is something that looks giant made.
Let me know if there's any inscriptions on them, look like a language, because okay. I can read giant.
I can as well.
We're good then.
Roll, Molly, to see.
That would be, so that could be if you have like any kind of proficiency with metalworking stuff. That could be that. If it is just trying to ascertain the nature of it, it would be probably the Arcana. Yeah, let's go with Arcana.
If you need me to smith or tinker with them, I got you.
You also have someone who's proficient with Smith's tools, so they would be able to tell you better.
Well, I don't know much about its make, but I rolled a 14 on Arcana.
So roll with advantage because you have a smith with you.
I rolled a 14.
Okay. So yeah, it's 100%. This is something that's like, this is stuff that you would have seen while you were in Long Patrol down in the very south of the world. Like it's something that would be very common in Tir Argid, which is the Silvered Lands, which is the kind of ice continent to the very south of Grajwil. But it's very strange to see it here. It would be like finding Mayan artifacts in Siberia. It would be very strange. It doesn't make any sense.
Is the spring freshwater or saltwater? I can go over to it and check.
Yeah, it's freshwater.
Okay, so while this is all happening, Karis leans over and starts to drink from the spring, just like with her mouth, like with her tongue.
Okay.
Just lapping it up. It's tasty.
And so as you are, and it's delicious. It's just crystal spring goblin water. So as you look around the rest of the space, you have this kind of, again, there's as you look around the grotto, there's this these kind of cascading walls of moss that just come just above the water. And there's the pit trap off to your left. You see kind of the crude goblin markings on the wall indicating don't go down there. Glonk died here. You see you'll kind of see a shape of a goblin scribbled into it with charcoal, and it says, don't go this way. And as you look down, there's another hall that kind of continues into the dark. Another kind of drippy, wet, slimy wall hallway.
How big is the hallway? Is it
5 or 10 feet wide?
5 10 feet wide. All right. Is there more shattered weapons going down that way?
No, you just see the ones. So on the map, they look like intentionally shattered, but the reality of it is this is kind of like scraps of weapons. This is like broken items and whatnot.
Okay. This is very strange because it does look like a giantish weapon, but they shouldn't be around here. They are usually fairly far south.
Are you sure they weren't moved here? You thought like the creature. Remember, Audie thought the little gooses were brought here. You think that anybody brought them here?
Perhaps, but since that would mean that somebody was traveling from the south, and I cannot imagine those mergoblins were going that far.
They
Were
seem
there any other
pretty
shipwrecks
muted.
out there? You know, when we get back to the beach, because we're getting back to the beach, we should check if there's any other shipwrecks around the island.
Is there any like
That's a good
unifying
idea, because
features to the weapons, like any insignia or anything that's consistent on all of them? Or do
Definitely.
they
Well,
seem like they're like from different clans or whatever?
Even if there are more shipwrecks, once people died, there may be supplies amongst those shipwrecks. So it is a good idea to look for them.
The ship itself may tell us where they came from, depending on the build. We've been around for several months now. I feel like we might be able to recognize something, but it could indicate if somebody brought something here, or to Audie's point, if there is other insignias that tell us a clan or something.
So there will be. You'll see both of these are of would be of storm giant origin. This would be something that our friend over here, Elon, would recognize from her experience with weapons and smithery and everything. It's definitely, the symbols make sense for that. There's lightning and kind of that Norse feel.
I'll point it out to you all. Every time I find something, I'll show you what it is that indicates that.
Elon, what do you know about the storm giants? What can you tell us about them?
As far as weaponry, I know really well. Are you talking about like history? You want to know more about them in general?
Yeah, what's their deal? What's their vibe?
According to me knowledge 10 on history, not sure how much I know about a deep dive into storm giants with a 10. But
so basic. So what you know of the 10 history is that the storm giants and the frost giants cohabitate in Tir Argid in the south of Grashwil. They are pretty warlike, but they don't usually interact too much with the Birmorio, or with the elves, and they interact more often with the Birmorio, the mortal races, the ones that aren't reborn. But they just generally tend to trade unless they've been shorted, and they're dedicated smithies. And but if you make them angry, they are not someone you want to go up against.
So that's about what I know. Storm giants.
Interesting. They do a lot of resort travel or leisure travel.
I don't think they seem the type. I a little bit of studying into the giants, just to learn their language. And from what I understand, they are not the vacationing type.
No.
I didn't suspect so.
They'd travel upward for probably a reason, or they came with someone, or somebody took their weapons.
Well, my friends, it seems we have a mystery afoot.
Oh dear.
A mystery?
I remember what happened last month when the hands decided to do a mystery on the cruise, Oddie. You got real into that one.
Okay, but we solved it in the end then, didn't we? So who really was the winner?
Actually, it would be what was happening in that storm?
Well, I saw lots of things. I don't think it was natural. That's how I feel about that.
I don't think it was natural either. I thought I saw a big shadow, but I'm not sure.
In the water or in the sky?
I felt like there was a booming sound from the sky.
I
You
think
mean
it
like
was from the sky as well.
Maybe not like your thunder. Your thunder, I feel like, is a very distinct sound.
I don't have any thunder.
Well, you're always bringing the lightning. I can't just, the thunder has to come along. I just imagine it, really.
I have a question about storm giants. You might actually know the answer to, because why are they called storm giants?
All right. Well, the storms ability, really. Magic. It's like how you're always going off about Kindred and how they give you the abilities to do what you do and endow you with, and your necky stuff. It kind of similar to that,
So they can call up storms.
They could. It could. Yeah.
I see.
I don't know if what we saw out there was a storm. But this, I don't know. It was really in that.
I'm
But
pretty
you
sure
don't think it's natural, and I don't think it's natural either, because there didn't exactly seem to be a storm front coming.
No.
So I would be
a little careful with that one though, too. There, Kenny boy. I've heard rumor that sometimes there's elves here and there that can bring a storm if the mood strikes them. Just because they're lucky. They're very lucky like that. The storms follow them and their ships.
That's a good point. There's a number of supernatural beings that could be a cause for the storm.
What is that, Odd?
Sorry. And I think it's a really good point. There could be lots of other supernatural creatures that were responsible for the storm.
Yeah,
but circumstantially, we do have these storm giant swords. And that seems a little convenient.
I have not seen any evidence of anything but perhaps the bad luck that Odd is rumored to have.
I did not say that. I said there was a very lucky person. There's a very lucky person.
No evidence.
It's
no evidence. How many ships have you been on that haven't?
Let's press on, friends.
So,
I think that's what Bubbles is doing. I think this is a full court bubble press. That's what I call it?
I don't think it is Odd so, because
Thank you.
If it had been Odd, then we would not have seen that shadow thing.
So, as this happens, as this conversation is happening, and you're starting to maybe put something together, something's starting to fall apart. For the three of you that are in touch with magic, are in touch with the weave, the binding to your luck, the connection between your feet and your body, and the mystical ways that you engage with the weave, the mesh that drives all magic in Adorablue, and the divine connection to the afterlife that Kendall has. All of a sudden, for the first time since you first brought down that first little spark of magic, from the first time you caused sparks, you feel a sensation that you've never felt before. A wave moves through the weave. And for just a moment, you feel all of that power disappear. And you feel this profound weakness shake you. And even it's not a physical shaking. And Elin is just kind of like, what's going on here? It's not a physical shaking, but it's kind of like that if you could rattle someone's spirit inside of their body. It's like it's like they had put a big heavy bass speaker here and it just absolutely turned it up to 100, and your spirit is being rattled inside of your body as this disruption in the weave comes. And as we close, this connection resumes. But for the first time, you felt this big disruption in how magic is supposed to work, on how your divine connection is supposed to work, on how your connection to the spirit world through dance and through expression is supposed to work. And with that disturbing feeling, we will end tonight's session.